Okay. Okay, please be seated. Okay, so welcome to our health education subject. Alright, now, hello, I am Aryan A. Salas, your health education teacher. Again, let us learn together, do our best to learn as much as possible, appreciate and support one another through all of life's hardship. Alright? Okay, now, let's proceed to our class objectives. At the end of the lesson, the students should be able to define intentional injury. Second, perform a role play on the topic assigned by the teacher. And lastly, appreciate the importance of the types of intentional injury through group activity. Okay, but before we go deeper, we shall have our classroom rules first, so that we will be able to communicate effectively, or we will be able to understand each other. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's proceed to Amen. Okay, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Again, are you ready? I think you're not. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
So before we go into the main discussion, I prepared here an activity as a refresher to everyone, so that you will be able to have an idea about our topic. Okay. Now, here are the directions. You will be grouped in 4. Your group will be determined through the color of paper strips you will pick from the box given to you. Each group will receive an envelope containing cat pictures. After that, each group will arrange the cat pictures and select one representative to describe what the chosen picture is about. Is the instruction clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, here are the strips. Also, close your eyes para kung ma-surprise mo sa inyong color. Okay, close your eyes. Oh my God! Yan na ang mga color. Alright! Open your eyes! And now, awang niyo kung sinapilin niyo. What color did you pick?
Yellow.
Raymond. Blue. Red.
Yellow. Green. Blue. Red.
Okay, so the group of blue sit here, and then the green, red, and yellow. Go. Okay, form a circle with your group. Okay, here is for the color blue. Color red, where's the color red? Color red. Yellow and green. You can closer na lang mo, closer. Sige, para. Okay, closer pa. Okay, now, open the envelope. All you need to do is that when you open the envelope, there are cat pictures, right?
Yes.
Now, you have to arrange it, to form a picture. And after which, you are going to discuss, or one representative every group will discuss what the picture is all about. Okay, am I clear?
Yes.
Okay, now you start The activity will only take 5 minutes. Go. Are you done? Okay, there's one group na lang. Group blue, are you done? Okay, done ang blue. Yellow. How about green? Okay, red na lang ang wala. Okay, I think everyone is done. Okay, now, one representative will share his or her thought about the picture, okay? And he or she will present it from. Okay, we should start with the color yellow. Go color yellow. Up in the other.
This is the picture that we have arranged, and it shows a woman lying with several drugs and medicines in her hands. So, based on what we have seen, we can describe this picture as a form of intentional injury known as suicide. So, from what we have learned on previous grades, suicide is an intention of killing oneself.
How about color blue? Go color blue.
So, we can see in the picture a woman that is lying and who is being forced to have a intimate interaction, and it is a form of rape.
Thank you, group blue. How about color green?
So, good morning. This picture shows an intentional injury is called stroking. This type of injury takes place when someone follows you or stop you everywhere. It can develop, it can affect one's self-esteem.
Okay, thank you, group green. And the last but not the least, we have the group red.
So in this picture it shows partner sila tapos agka ng isa nag-try sa ka ng i-harm siya itong partner ko. Walang domestic violence.
Thank you, everyone. So let's give a hand for everyone. Okay, you may now back to your seats. So now, so based on the activity, what do you think is our topic for today? Yes, Syra, what do you think is our topic for
I
today?
think our topic for today is all about intentional injury.
Intentional injury. You're right. Okay, our topic for today is all about the types of intentional injury. Now, before we move on, what is intentional injury? Yes, Nathaniel? Yes, they are.
I think intentional injuries is the action where intent na
Very good! Let's give it a hand. Okay, now, before we go, what is intentional injury? We shall define first what is injury. Nathaniel?
Injury and an injury is damage to your body. It is a general terms that refers to harm caused by accident, falls, hits, weapon, and more.
Okay. Do you have any idea what is injury? Okay. So, diba, when we hear about injury, what comes to our mind is that it is all about physical injury, diba? We might get into accident and then we fall into a hole, diba? Magka-injury din ta. For example, sprain, diba? That is a physical injury, diba? But in this discussion, I am going to discuss to you that na yung mga unintentional injuries, no? Ano yung mga injuries that are intentional, no? Made by a person, no? Okay, so what is intentional injury? Okay, Miss Syra.
Intentional injury. The term intentional refers to injuries caused by intentional human action, whether directed towards oneself or others. Self-inflicted and interpersonal acts of violence with the intent to harm are examples of intentional injury.
So, it is very clear that the intentional injuries are caused by human action, whether it is your action or the other action. For example, a rape, di ba? Rape is an action by someone who is forcing a girl or a boy, no, to have a sex or to have a sexual intercourse, di ba? So that is a type of intentional injury. Now, we shall discuss now the types of intentional injury. Okay, what do you think, the picture is all about? Yes, clear.
It's all about suicide.
Yes. Now, as you can see in the picture, the first picture is taking a drug. The second one is attempting to kill himself using drugs. And the third one is what? Attempting to jump, di ba? Or he is going to jump, di ba? Like suicide. And then the last one is cutting his wrist. Okay, that is suicide. No, and the suicide is death caused by injuring oneself with an intent to die. A suicide attempt is when someone harms themselves with any intent to end their life, but they do not die as a result of their actions. So when we see suicide, it is an act of a person who is attempting to kill himself, di ba? For example, But no, there are times no na we cannot understand a person to why he commit that action. For example, we do not know that he is stressed, depressed, or whatsoever, di ba? Maybe he or she has a family problem, di ba, na he cannot handle. That is why they are committing a suicide. And suicide is a type of intentional injuries that all of us should not do. Okay, am I clear?
Yes.
Next. How about this picture? What do you think the pictures are all about? Yes, Sarah? Chris?
The picture shows the domestic violence.
Yes, that is domestic violence. What is domestic violence? Domestic violence encompasses physical assault, striking, pushing, shoving, sexual abuse, and verbal abuse, among other things. Physical violence, sexual abuse, and verbal abuse are all examples of controlling behaviors performed by one partner in a relationship. This can happen to homosexual or lesbian partners whether they are married or not. So these domestic violence are actions made by partners or else di man sila partners na there is an abuse happen. No, for example, if you hit someone, no, in your class, no, if you hit he or she in his or head, di ba, that is considered as a domestic violence. No, because you made an action that a person na-hurt siya, no? Now, this domestic violence, no, wala siya gipili na wala siya gipili na age, wala siya gipili na gender. No, it can affect to anyone. No, whether you are gay, whether you are lesbian, no? But domestic violence, no, mostly happen siya sa mga mag-asawa. No? Because in a couple, di ba, of course, there are misunderstanding, there are cheating core, di ba? And the best way for them to revenge is to, of course, ilahang tunatahon, di ba? And that is domestic violence. So, if you saw someone, no, being abused, what will you do? If you are the person na actually mo nakita, will you interfere? Imo ba silang sabdahon? For example, a married, kibali nag-away sila. Will you interfere? Auntie, dapat yung mag-away, right ka? Do you have the right to interfere? Well, no, maybe we don't have the right, but we shall report, no? We will, asa ka report to the authorities. For example, sa barangay, di ba? Because in that way, we can help to save that life, to save the life of that person, di ba? Di naman ka maka-interfere na mula ko kag tawa dati, ito rin ko natahon. Di ba? So all you need to do is to report to the authority. No, it is very important na we will be able to understand what is domestic violence because most of us no are not aware no na ginahimo din sa ato ang pamilya o sa ato ang friends. Am I clear?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
next we have, how about this one? Very common to us. Yes, clear. What do you think is the how about that?
I think the picture shows us stalking.
Yeah, that is stalking. Okay, what is stalking? Stalking is a pattern of activity that makes you feel uncomfortable, uneasy, or in danger is known as stalking. So stalking can occur through online, no? Through personal, di ba? Have you experienced na gi-stalk mo? Or di lang mo famous? Charis. No? No, so for me, no, I experienced this kind of, di naman ginabasabot na makot kayo na kayo-stalk. There are persons na gina-stalk ka because maybe may intent sila sa inyo, ha? Whether they want to kill you or there are surprises, di ba? For example, ano siya? Gina-stalk na kanya, di ba? So, stalking can be na good or bad. But now, we are talking about the bad side. So, stalking, for example, no, sa online ta mag-base. si Claire, no, si Claire, ako siyang always gina-check ang iyang account. No, always na ako siya gina-chat, always na ako siya gina-follow up kung sa'yo, what may connection. No, that is considered as online stalking. No, of course, ang person, si Claire, ma-threaten siya, mahadlok siya, manong always man siya nagapuan sa ako, di ba? So, naka-experience na mo, anak, sa inyong life? So, very good, kaya wala ka. So, we need to be careful talaga because this kind of person should be avoided. Okay? Am I understood?
Yes, sir.
Next, we have, how about this one? Anybody from the class? Taina.
Kidnapping.
Okay, the picture is all about kidnapping. So kidnapping is defined as the act of taking or forcibly moving a person against their will and confining them in an unjust captivity. So kidnapping is very common to us, di ba? Kasi usually gina-show ni sila sa mga television, di ba? But we do not hope no, na ma-happen sa atin. No, kay mostly ang sa kidnapping, it will only occur mga kwartahan, di ba? But, sa ato ang occur na. No? Munang dapat mo avoid na anak or else kung nakabantay na mo, if you notice someone is following you, so if you have someone following you, is talking, ba? And if someone is forcing you to come to her or talk to him, kanang force na ka na, mo iban to follow to him, that is considered as kidnapping. Forcibly, kanang ipuhos na ka, wala na bitaw, kanang bisagin mo gusto, not your will to follow, kaya makakaila. So that is already kidnapping. So what will you do if you experience kidnapping? Imo mo sa sumbagon ko kapil? Mansa? Magdako ka pusil kuminti? Magdako ka pusil? Kaya para may magkidap, ano yung kalar mo? Masaya mga moon? Ha? Of course, all you need to do is to run kung asa ang crowd. And also, we need to know how to self-defense. No, that is very important. No, kay kasi pag may kidnap ni, kidnap. Of course, pag nakapansin na nga mo na, ay, someone is sunod-sunod na. Okay, pas-pas ng sugod. And then, pag doon na galing ka, of course, you need to run dito sa naay crowd and ask for help. No? Basing manggay kung magtabang, halay, kidnap kayo happy. Malay ka, di ba? Dapat po, na ma-convince ni mong tao para sila kayo sumbag sa kidnapin mo. Ano bitaw? No? I hope, no, na kaning kita, no, mga as students, no, kamo, mahibaw ta how to avoid this kind of intentional injury. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, let's move on. Okay, I think that was the last. Actually, there are a lot of types of intentional injuries, but as of this moment, I am just telling you about some of it, no? Okay, if we will talk about the everything, 38 years ng humanday, no? So, now, summary. Because there are many different sorts of intentional injuries, the intentional injuries we discussed are just a few of them, no? In summary, intentional injuries include homicide, suicide, domestic violence, sexual assault, and rape, bias-related violence, and gangs. No, how about drinking? Is that a intentional injury? Drinking a liquor? Yes or no? Yes. Drinking a liquor? No, it's not an intentional injury because there is no harm happen. No, if someone is kuala ka og kanang botelya, no, gibangagan ka, dito na masul ang intentional injury because someone is hitting you a bottle. No? Di ba? As I have said earlier, the definition of injury, intentional injury is an action made by a person or himself. No, iyang gibinuhatan. But drinking a liquor, ano sa minana? Inom naman ka. But, if drinking a liquor is so much, kanang ang imong intent na is to kill yourself, no? Because there are, di ba na mga tao na all you need to, kuan is ka, inom para mamatay sila, di ba anak? It depends on the situation, no? Kung moderate lang ang pag-inom, that is not intentional injury. Pero kung aggressive na, abusive na sila sa pag-inom sa alcohol, that is intentional injury. Violence is a big problem in the world. According to the CDC, Division of Violence Prevention, and it affects individuals of all ages. Homicide took the lives of 18,573 persons in 2006, while 33,300 killed themselves. Only a portion of the story is told by the number of violent deaths. So sa kanina mga data, no, very alarming na ang data, no, ng 33,000. Kay 33,000, untold pa na siya, no? Wala pa may buong kung sino hinungdan. So of course, may siguro suicide yung himo, di ba? And then 18,573 homicide ang mga tao. Alarming na kayo, ka na bang forcibly, di patay sila, ito, di pusin. No? So, dapat, no, what we are going to do is to understand the different types of intentional injuries so that we can avoid, no, maka-ibaw para sa pag-dikayan. Am I clear?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now, since this will be the last of my slide, okay, can you give me your understanding or your reflection about our topic for today? Miss Yoka, how about you? Do you want to share something?
So I have learned many things during this lesson about the intentional injuries, which is about injuries that are intended to cause harm to a person or a group of people, like suicide, rape, domestic violence, and more. So I have also learned that being involved in intentional injuries is an alarming situation that should be avoided and should be na dapat atong bantayan kami.
Very good. It's good. So, intentional injuries are actions made by a person intentionally. Kanang atong binuhatan ngayon or ibuhat sa atong act. No, kay basig malibog ta, there are intentional and unintentional injuries. No? But unintentional injuries, of course, it refers to kanang what atong ibaw, kalitra or na-accident kita. Okay, now, since we're done, I prepared a exercise or an activity. All you need to do is to bring out 1/4 sheet of paper and answer the following. Determine the news headlines, whether it is intentional or unintentional injury. You will only answer intentional or unintentional. Okay. 2 points each. Okay, I will give you 2 minutes only. Okay, na number 1 is, estudyante, nagpakamatay matapos mabuli. Number 2, teenager, rape and slave. Number 3, bata, nalunod dahil sa baha. Number 4, binatilyo, patay matapos tamaan ng kidlat. Number 5, karambola ng mga sasakyan, 7 ang daan. 6, riot ng mga gang na uwi sa madugong wakas. 7, sunog sa QC mula sa napabayaang kandila. 8, girl, 7, kidnap in QC. 9, Nyafti, patay sa hazy. 10, sikyo, nasagasaan dahil sa sobrang kalasingan. Okay. Intentional or unintentional? Are you done? So at the back of your paper, no, you will have the activity number 2. the back of your paper. Okay, your time is done. We shall proceed now to the activity number 2. Okay, in activity number 2, you only need to answer true or false. But here is direction. If the statement is true, write T and explain what makes it true. If the statement is false, write F and the correct term that causes the statement to be false. Write the correct term. One, intentional injuries are those that happen without someone intending them to happen, and they are a primary cause of death and disability. 2, suicide, homicide, or attacks such as sexual assault, domestic violence, or child or elder abuse are all common causes of intentional injuries. 3, terrorism is not a type of intentional injuries. 4, abortion of baby is illegal and are one of the unintentional injuries. 5, self-inflicted and interpersonal acts of violence is an example of intentional injury. Are you done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so pass your paper in front. Alright, so now, for the last activity that we are going to do now, you are going to perform a role play, about our discussion. Okay, here is the direction. On the same group, you will perform 2 minutes role play about the topic assigned to the group. I will give you 10 minutes to finish the activity. So in this case of groupings, you are going to do the color, the streets. Okay? So since you're only 4, that means to say, sa 4 na tama, sa group 4. Stopping. Okay? Okay, now, go to your groups and make your plan about your So for the group 1, we have the domestic violence. The group 2, kidnapping. The group 3, rape. Ang group 4 is stalking. Ang group blue is domestic violence. Ang group green, kidnapping. Ang group yellow is rape. And ang group red is stalking. Kasi suicide lang lang. Yellow, no? Yellow is suicide. Okay. So, okay, I think everyone is ready. Okay, go back to your seats now. I mean, to your groups. Okay. Before we start, you will be graded according to this criteria. Relevance to the topic, 50 points. Stage presence, 25 points. Audience impact, 10 points. Discipline, 15 points. The total of 100 points. Okay, now, we shall start with the group blue. Okay. Yeah. Group blue. You will perform here. Okay. Okay, the group blue will perform about domestic violence. Okay, your time starts now.
Mama, may pagkwarta sa inyo mga para sa mga project. Ato kan sa imong papa kaya hatag ko sila ng action.
Nung sa ako man, nauuli kay hatag part sa ako.
Naghatag ko sa imo.
Nung sa,
Hapon.
nani kay hatag nga ako.
Kung sa imong kong ilong hapon.
Di inom ha, kung talong siya. Kasi, wala sila. Dami kang hatag part sa ako ha.
Okay, I want group yellow. Group yellow. Okay, let's welcome the group yellow presenting the kidnapping. A suicide rather.
You're nothing but second-rate trying or copycat. Pangit ba ako? Binuhay! Suicide is not a joke. Love others and love yourself before it's too late.
Okay, about group red. Okay, group red presenting the stocking. Go.
My friend, kailan ka na naparealize ka tulagin ba ako? Sige, sige. Oh, nakamil ang sabi ng Facebook niya. So our topic is all about
Next, you have the last group. Group green.
Sige lang.
Ayaw cool. Okay, so palakpak ko na. Now the winner. Alright. Are you excited?
Yes.
You want to know?
Yes.
Okay. We shall start with the third placer. Okay, the third place garnering 90 points out of 100. Ayaw cool! Yeah! Group green! And the second place, we have garnering the 93 points. We have the group yellow. And now, the first place, garnering 98 points, we have, isa man, para sa inyo, isa, we have the group red, and the group is the group blue, the Brotherhood Violence. Okay, so much for today. No, thank you for your participation, class. Now, to end my discussion, I will be giving you an assignment in which you are going to do it in your respective home. And you are going to submit it next class session. Am I clear?
Yes,
Okay, your assignment is to create a photo collage with the various types of intentional injuries on a 1-foot size of cardboard paper. Make the presentation appealing by being creative and keeping it clean. Then, on the back of a piece of cardboard, write your reflection paper, which should have an introduction, a discussion, and a conclusion. Okay? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, so much for that. So much for this day. Okay, may I request everyone. By the way, do you have any clarifications? Questions? Okay, since you don't have any, may I request everyone to please stand. And can you please lead a prayer, Miss Diana?
Our Father in heaven, holy be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread, and forgive us our sins, as we forgive those who sin against us. Do not bring us to the test, but deliver us from evil.
Goodbye, class.
Goodbye, and thank you, Mr. Silas.
Okay, see you next week.